Okay, greetings, dear Virgo. This is you. Over here, it's Tarot Illumination, and it is your September 2019 mini report, okay? I don't have to tell you, I'm sure you know already, this is kind of a big deal month for you guys. Above and beyond normal for your regular birthday season. Reason being is because we have a huge monster stellium in Virgo at this time. So this is probably the most important time period of the whole year for you, Virgo. I'm going to get the basic dates here, and then I'll come back to the Tarot Illumination Astro Doodle, and then we'll get to some cards in a little bit. I'm not going to dwell on all of this stuff here. I use these in personal readings, but I'm just going to share the yellow things with you, okay? We had the new moon of Virgo energy. It's a huge stellium, 5 planets, at the very last days of August, tipping into the 1st of September, okay? It's already moved on, but the energy is so big it will continue for, weeks here. So we have to take that into account, okay? Right at the beginning of the month. Then at the middle of the month, around the 13th or 14th, we're going to have the full moon when it's in Pisces. That's going to be sitting opposite you in your 7th house. I'll show you in a minute. Okay, all these other things, just don't look at them. So over here, the new moon in Libra, that's towards the end of the month. The different energy altogether, 28th and 29th, okay? So these are the pivotal periods of the month. I'll show you over on your Astro Doodle. Once we're done with this, I might refer to it a little bit more during the reading, and then we'll get on with the cards themselves. Some of you are regulars, you know the routine, but I have to go through this just in case there's some newbies here. So this is not a real chart. This is a Tarot Illumination Astro Doodle. It's an agglomeration of bits and pieces for the whole month, and I condensed them into like a theme, okay? So you can see 2 primary themes here, this big red triangle and this big green triangle. The big green one is sweet and harmonious for you. It's the Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo energy all working together in what's called like a loose grand trine. That's very nutritious and beneficial for you, Virgo, okay? You've got your new moon over here, okay? Right over here, new moon, Virgo, right at the beginning of the month, end of August. And that's going to impact you the whole month, especially when it reaches a crescendo around the full moon, okay? And at the same time that we have this big fat green thing, we have this red one. So this is a very stressful alignment. They call it a T-square, especially when you come to the full moon here. It's just a few days, and especially building up to the full moon, you might feel a lot of pressure building up here in terms of significant one-on-one relationships, chosen relationships, like, partners, business partners, spouses, live-in lovers, that kind of thing. A bit above like romance or just dating, but, people where you're contracted together, basically. And so it's like a birthday. It's like a birthday chart in some ways, because all the energy is piled up here in your 1st house. Watch for sun, moon, and rising, of course. You know that routine already. But think of it as brand new starts, new beginnings in your identity, your sense of Virgoic self, okay? Like, who am I? Who is that person I'm seeing in the middle? Look at your physical body. What is this thing that you have? It's an amazing thing, the human body. And you have a tremendous opportunity to really just have almost like a complete refurbishment, okay? Starting from scratch again, because you've just lived through a whole year of that since the last Virgo new moon in 2018. It's come all the way around. That was a year-long journey, and now you're here again. So you could think of this as like a large astrological birthday for you. So what are you going to do now? What are you, Virgo, going to do with all this huge support from the planets, okay? Your new life. I mean, it's a lot of light. It's almost like being in the spotlight. Think of the 5 planets, Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, all shining down on you with their energy. What are you going to do with that? It covers huge amounts of your life because they're the personal planets. And, like Jupiter, Saturn, but Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, those are much harder to integrate, but this is right in your face, okay? So lucky you've got the support here of the Taurus, Capricorn energy, all right? But you've got the challenges here, okay? So let's get to that later on. I'm just trying to give you an overview. Now, since the vast majority of people who come to the channel. I have relationship dynamics as a priority in terms of themes. I'm going to work with the Crucible spread. It's the Tarot Illumination Crucible spread. If you want something more, something different, you know where to go. Just check the links below and get in touch and we'll figure something out, all right? I'm working with the Crucible spread on the understanding that there's you, Virgo, a significant other, or certain specific others, even if you're single, okay? I'm talking about specific people, even business contracts, one-on-one business relationships, okay? And the reason it's so important is because we do so much of our most advanced healing, growth, spiritual evolution, and blossoming and lessons in the context of our most important relationships. So that's why I'm doing it this way, okay? No jumpers, no pliers, no reversals, but we are going to have 2 oracles at the end. You will see when we get there. A crucible is a structure they use in laboratories to withstand intense alchemical reactions that happen in the lab, which is very similar to what happens in human relationships, and that's why I have this spread, okay? And you guys own it. There's you, Virgo, there's a significant other, and there's this third entity, the relationship itself. Are you aware of that? If so, what is the nature of this crucible? Is it strong? Has it got good foundations? Is it wobbly? Is it leaky? Is it flexible? Is it healthy? Is it crumbling? Is it cracked? Is it already cracked? Well, let's have a look. Okay, bless you, dear Virgos. Thank you for being here. This is a really, really important month for you. Starting very early, it will culminate in the middle and hopefully make a bit more sense towards the end of the month. And there's no going back, okay? Bless the cards, bless every single card, bless this deck, bless you, Virgo, bless Tarot Illumination, and the whole platform, and the electricity and the cameras and everything. Sorry the reports are so late. Several cameras had a breakdown and I had to reconfigure the whole studio. What are you radiating, okay? In love, in everything. Think of yourself like a smartphone. What are you transmitting? What are you receiving? Okay? Same for a significant other over here. Deep inside of you, deep inside of another, deep at the core. Do you see the crucible here itself? This is the crucible. This is the structure. It is the bowl type nature. And everything lives inside of that as we intimate and we separate, as we all do. Sometimes we kind of go and we're out of it. Sometimes they're out of it. But this is still the relationship, and this has its own identity. It's not you, it's not them, it's the relationship. It is a living thing, and you guys own this, like having a potted plant, a huge potted plant, or a farm, or a business, whatever you want, however you want to think of it. You own it. So what is being fostered here? What is blooming? What is growing out of this thing? So if you think of that as a potted plant, and there's you guys, and around that is the weather. You know, too much rain, too much sun, too cold, too hot. Think of it as the planets. You know, I love to blame the planets for everything, but they're also always on your side. So I'm just kind of kidding most of the time when I say that, but also there's a grain of truth to it. So it could be environment, family, circumstances, conditioning from childhood, all sorts of influences. Let's have a look. So we've got, oh, see, okay, all the cards are upside down. So don't worry about it. I'm going to flip everything. Please bear with me. Don't take this personally. You can read significance into this if you want to. I'm not particularly going to do it unless there's a very loud message that comes to me to say something. So meanwhile, let's just take full advantage of this. To me, this looks like it's really simple. Dear Virgo, take full advantage of all the lights that are shining upon you right now. Everything, all of it, all that juicy stuff here, all that wonderful supportive harmonious energy, which is, it's almost like amplifying the awesomeness of your Virgo new moon, new starts, new beginnings here. As the Virgo, the main theme is cleansing, refining, purifying, clarifying, getting things to work, being organized, doing what has to get done in order to get done what has to be done. Okay, if that makes sense. Sometimes there's not a lot of recognition that goes with it, but someone's got to do it, and you're the expert, Virgo. But we're taking it to next levels now. We're really, really amplifying your core Virgoic nature, sun, moon, or rising, okay? So that's what this is all about over here. It's taking full advantage of this because it is sweet and delicious. It's like being in the limelight. like really being in the limelight, okay? Now, of course, sometimes the lights are so bright that they can be dazzling and very, very challenging. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, you're caught off guard. So much light, okay? So this stuff is very, very challenging, okay? So just imagine that almost like you won the lottery. Oh gosh, wow, I wanted that all my life and now I've got it. Oh my God, it's a huge problem. I knew a banker long ago. His main clients were lottery winners and trust fund babies who came into it by sudden inheritance. And 90% of the time, everything imploded. I'm sure you've heard all these stories. So you have to be very aware that this is a lot of light and it's very beneficial for you, but it can be almost overwhelming. So please be careful, okay? Wear sunglasses. Hold on, I'm going to check in. Stay there. Hold on. I forgot to say hi. Hello, Virgo. I was just kidding around about wearing glasses and everything, but in a way, it's kind of like a spiritual analogy. You might want to get yourself all prepped up because you're going to have so much light on you, and it's going to culminate by the full moon. You're going to see like everyone's looking at me like, oh my God, I am this amazing Virgo person. It's almost like it's too much. Like, what am I supposed to do? Who am I? What is all of this? Like, I'm a Virgo. Well, what's happening? It's like it's awesome, but it's also scary at the same time. Those two triangles are very, very different energies, okay? So now you know. Let's go back. All right, so there we go. So you've got sweet weather around you. It's just that it's very, very good. Almost to the point like, oh, whoa. I wish I'd had this report a month ago. Okay, so that you could get prepped up, you know, go to hair, makeup, and wardrobe and get your self all prepared for your starting your whole new life, your whole new journey for the next year. What are you radiating here? Okay, wow, this is awesome for you. This is a card of sacred opportunity, and it wouldn't be here unless you'd earned it some way, somehow or other. So it is coming to you. You're getting all the good stuff that you deserve. Now, the chances are that there's going to be a lot of responsibilities, challenges, and obligations that come with this, okay? Because it's a huge, to me, it feels like a huge inheritance. And it's going to put a lot of weight and a lot of pressure on you to look at your life in a new world in a different way than you've ever seen it before, but having a very, very big, broad perspective, long distance view. You could even say way, way in through here onto the very tiny horizons far, far away. But all of this is really good and it's taking you there, okay? Also, it's an indication that a lot of your innate natural talents, gifts, and resources, skills, let's say abilities, qualifications, are going to come under a spotlight too. And it's going to be a chance for you to optimize all that stuff. In other words, don't waste any more time on things that don't work for you, no matter how much you try. Focus on what does work for you and nourish the things that work. Keep feeding the things that work. Like, do what you love, love what you do. Those kind of mantras that people talk about, okay? But that comes for everything, like your body, your physical body, your health, your training, your education, your school, your day-to-day habits. Like really, really, like optimizing them, taking full advantage, looking around you. Everything is a place of opportunity. Like look in your workplace, look at your home, look at your family, look at yourself in the mirror. What's working for you with your body? What's not working for you with your body? How can you make yourself more fit? How can you improve your self-healing practices and all that? Okay? Optimizing your talents and gifts and taking full advantage of all that light that's coming to you. Okay? Because that is a gift. It is a huge gift. What about others? Okay, be very careful here. My feeling is that they want what you've got. And they might be willing to take shortcuts to try and get what you've got. I don't know if that resonates with you directly, Virgo. All I'm suggesting is be very careful, okay? Sometimes people get jealous. or they don't want you to evolve and grow, or they don't like the fact that you've got such a good opportunity here and you've got so much light coming at you and for you, because you've worked for this. You deserve this. Whatever is not working is going to come to light. Let's just admit it, okay? Some of it might be really painful, awkward, and uncomfortable, but that's not the end of the world. You've got so much going for you in this month, and it's setting you up with a really good start for the whole next year, okay? It's just that, you know what happens? I mean, you see it in so many places in life, like workplaces, school, friends, and family. Some people get jealous, like, who do they think they are? What gives them the right to I'm just going to do whatever I can, just get away with what I can to be me, almost like exploiting you or exploiting the situation or trying to even steal some of your light, okay? Some people do that, or find ways to undermine you or trip you up so that you don't outshine them so much. I mean, it sounds like a horrible thing to say about significant others, but those things do happen in relationships of all kinds. Spouses, boyfriends, girlfriends. Like if you are really coming into like your light, so much light on you and it's working, it's almost like being recognized as a star, and your talents or gifts are recognized, and it's just literally filling up the whole of your world to the point where it's filling up their world so much where they almost feel like, well, who am I? Or like, where am I in this equation? Like, it's not fair. What about me? What about me? And they will they could counteract by thinking, you know what? Screw this. I'm going to try and mess you up. I'm just going to grab what I can. All right. So just watch out. Okay, Virgo, you're highly vulnerable to deception, betrayal, let's say optical illusions and disappointment when it comes to certain relationship dynamics. In fact, I will even justify that with the astrology. Sorry about the bang. You see this over here? This is Neptune. It's in your 7th house, okay? It's in full opposition at the maximum pressure right now. Neptune is about, 14 degrees, and it is retrograde. So as gorgeous as this energy is, it might not sit so well with certain significant others, especially when you realize it at the full moon here. This energy is in opposition to you. In other words, it's almost like however much you're doing to improve yourself, however, whatever good stuff is happening in your relationships, Neptune has this uncanny ability to dissolve things, to, deflate the illusion, or to, let's say, expose the flaws and the fraud and the fakery that is actually happening in certain relationships. In other words, certain relationship dynamics might be an optical illusion where you think it's love, but it isn't. It's actually betrayal. Some people are extremely good actors, and they can actually kind of work against you, even though they're trying to make it look like they're working with you and for you. And so you have to be very careful, Virgo, because you're extremely vulnerable to this energy, and it's amplified by Jupiter and Sagittarius over here in a hard T-square most of the month, okay? At your level of home and family and foundations here. So be careful, Virgo. You're very vulnerable to misinterpretation of their energy to you, your energy to them, especially when it comes to your most intimate loved ones, the ones who are like the closest to you in terms of home and family and foundations of your life. And so there might be some uncomfortable, very challenging, very hard to define, let's say, experiences that are happening for you this month in this area of relationship and home, okay? Even with all this lovely support here, that doesn't mean you dumb yourself down or you dim yourself down to live in and accommodate everything that's fractured and not working, or just to appease people who are, let's say, perhaps resentful or not able or ready or willing and able to handle or accept or endorse or support your life or your new opportunities or new expansion. Over here, let's have a look deep down inside of you. Okay, So with the Seven of Cups here, my feeling in this is that, again, this is almost overwhelming for you to the point where it's putting you on the spot. Again, it's almost like suddenly you won a lottery, or you just entered like America's Got Talent or something as a joke, and all of a sudden you won. You know, I haven't seen that show for a long time, but I remember people have showed me clips about like these most unlikely winners, like that amazing woman singer girl. I think she's from England or Ireland or something. And everybody was they were kind of laughing at her, you know, under their breath, and when she showed up on stage. And even the judges were like, oh my God, what's she doing here? How did she get in here? And then she won, and she turned out to be amazing. That can be a problem for other people. Okay, that's what I'm sensing here. And it puts you in a position, okay, deep down inside of you, what am I going to do with all this? Like, it's like part of you is smiling here, like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. But the reality is deep down, what am I supposed to do with all of this? It's like an embarrassment of riches. That's how it feels to me here. And it puts you in places and territories where you've never been before. Remember, we're starting from scratch here, okay? And so at the soul level, let me go back over here. At the soul level, so what it feels like over here is that you're being put in a position like, well, what am I supposed to do? I have all these new options now in front of me, new starts, new beginnings, so many planets on me, so much light on me. Who am I now? What am I supposed to do? What does my next year look like for me? A lot of the reflections of understanding will come to you from highly significant others. But there's more to the world than that. And it's so to the point when I'm seeing the Seven of Cups here, it makes me feel like you're almost like bedazzled. Like, part of it is like a dream come true, a wish come true, but also it's the energy of being bedazzled by a dream come true, wish come true. Does that make sense? Well, I hope so, dear Virgo. Again, this is not the end of the world, because to me, this is actually a very beautiful card. My feeling also here is that this is deep down, it would be really nice feeling for yourself if you could tap into the dreams of who you really are and who you've always wanted to be some way, somehow. Even if you don't actually have any definition at this point, it might be good for you to take full advantage of all the sweet stuff that's here for you, and allow yourself to daydream, allow yourself to tap into divine intuition and access your dreams and wishes, and ask for divine intervention, ask for your angels, your invisible friends, to give you glimpses, signs, messages about what you need to know. Sometimes I think of this as the Einstein card, where Einstein was already a genius, but he couldn't figure out E=mc² until he made a decision to go into a dream state and lay down in a boat in the middle of a lake. So I think it was in Vienna or Paris or somewhere. And then it came to him, okay? Because he was ready, willing, and able to receive this divine opportunity. And of course, he changed the course of nature and physics, not the nature, but the course of physics for the whole of humanity because of his dreams. E=mc². So it's the same kind of thing happening for you, Virgo. I think it's a really good opportunity here for you. What about deep inside of others, okay? To me, with the Two of Wands here, this is, to me, feels very awkward when it's aligned with the Seven of Swords here, in that these other people, these significant others, are being forced to conduct themselves in new ways before that they hadn't anticipated. And to me, it feels awkward, like, well, what am I supposed to do now? What kind of decisions am I going to make? How am I going to continue and evolve and grow in this kind of situation where, let's say, my partner or this other person over here, this significant Virgo in my life, is going through huge growth, okay? Where does that leave me? Where does that leave me? Am I going to get screwed over? Am I going to get left out? Am I going to have to just try and salvage what I can and get away with what I can just to hang in here? What about me? What about me? What am I supposed to do with all of this? I don't know. I don't really know. They know they're going to have to make decisions. I have a feeling they're being forced into places of decision making that they really didn't anticipate and that they would not normally choose to be. But yet, here they are. It feels very awkward. Very, very difficult. Very awkward. Okay, what about you? Remember, this is not a couples reading. It's all about you, but we're allowing for the co-stars over here. Okay, let's have a look at the core. Okay, it's about time. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Virgo. To me, it feels like it is about time for you to come into your power. This is a seriously do not F with me kind of energy, okay? Anybody who tries to mess with me in my world, my relationships, understand that I will counter, okay? Seriously, do not mess with me. Also, the other part of it is that there's recognition here. To me, it feels like there's a lot of recognition that you, the Virgo, will start to recognize yourself. Because you know how Virgos, you can be very self-effacing, you can be very shy, you can be very retreating, you can just literally kind of withdraw over to the sides rather than be on the spotlights, on the stage of life. Well, there's no escape here with this month, okay? The lights are upon you, and it is new starts and new beginnings, and you are going to have to tap into your dreams. You're going to have to ask for inspiration from heaven above to figure out what needs to happen. Don't worry about them so much. They have their own readings. They can come to Tarot Illumination and get their own reports, okay? You take care of yourself. Take full advantage of the lights, okay? And understand that you actually have a right and a responsibility and a duty to be you. This is a very powerful card of selfhood, self-mastery, invincible, I think the word is, self-mastery, and placing yourself deliberately in the position of the dignitary, the irrefutable one, someone who's actually done the work, someone who actually is living in the light, someone who does speak the truth, walk the talk, live by example, okay? I'm not saying it's easy. It's actually very hard to do this and to be this, but I think that's what's happening to you and with you, and it also is a requirement. Like, you have to be this way, okay? In order to maintain who you are. Even if it's in the context of a relationship dynamic or relationships that are shifting and changing because of your own spiritual growth and expansion and evolution. It's putting others in kind of awkward spots, okay? Let's have a look here. Oh, wow, look at this. So, wow. It's kind of beautiful here. With this page, I think this goes very, very well. Like, once you've figured it out, let's just say, okay, let's just put the page over here. Page of Wands is coming in with all the best of intentions. Okay, it's almost like you're bulletproof, okay? Virgo, at the very beginning of the month, and as things ascend and culminate towards the full moon over here, you start to realize you've got so much going for you now, and you have to, in order to, like, let's say, tap into the attitude of gratitude, you take full advantage of all this good energy here, the Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo harmony, on the understanding that you're facing a lot of challenges here. These could be challenges that are very slippery, very, very hard to handle and pin down, and they could, like, undermine your sense of stability in your home and your world. But it's not the end of the world, because this energy is far more dominant and harmonious for you than the challenges themselves, even though the challenges are significant. So my feeling is that you come out of this, at the end of the month, you realize, you know what? I'm starting to see how this can actually work for me and for us, my significant others, even though they are effectively being challenged by your own spiritual growth, expansion, and evolution, to the point where the light is so much that it's really awkward for them. And then you realize, actually, that's not my problem. That's their problem. Your job, your duty, your mission, your obligation is to be your most awesome, lit up, amazing self. Tap into whatever you have to do. Start a dream journal. Do some creative visualization. Get involved in arts or creativity or something that gets you deeply, deeply like in tune with yourself at the very, very core heart level. Understand that you, as like the representative of the relationship, because I think you're having to carry most of the weight of the relationship dynamics here because they can't handle it. So you're having to be the authority. So you do that. You make it your business. You know what happens in businesses anyway. Remember, this is a crucible and it's shared. You guys own this thing. Like if they can't handle it and you value the relationship dynamics, then you have to kind of go through a period where you're going to just have to take charge for now. Okay. You're going to have to take the wheel. All right. And so you realize this is a good thing. This is actually really good for me. And because it's new starts and new beginnings here, and you're realizing you've got a whole new you, a whole new year unfolding in front of you, and you are heavily supported, okay? You're starting to think like, wow, this is cool. It's actually cool for them too, but they just can't handle it right now, so I'm not going to worry about them. I'm just going to take care of business. I'm going to just be the most awesome Virgo I can be. I'm not going to back down. I'm not going to, basically subjugate myself or lower your, let's say here's the power balance scale. You're not going to, if they're fluttering because they can't handle it and they're looking for ways to like cheat or, get along or take advantage of the situation without having to do the work, like piggyback on you or something. You're not going to, and their actually vibration frequencies are here, you're not going to dumb yourself down to accommodate them. No, you stay in your field of opportunity. You stay in your light, and whatever they can't handle, that's their problem. You are now a gift to them. You are giving them a guiding light to which they can now ascend, okay? That's their journey. You're doing them a favor, okay? All right, let's go. Let's pull that oracle, okay? Let's just dive into it. Hopefully this will add a little bit of flavor, a bit of a nuance, a bit of an accent at the end here. It's the romance angel thing because I know a lot of people are concerned about the relationship dynamics in their lives because we learn so much, so much in the context of relationship. This is a very individualized type of energy. There's so much energy about the self and selfhood here and coming into selfhood and really like enjoying it and taking the opportunity here. It's just that it's such a surge of good new energy for you. It's just a little bit of intimidating for others. So let's allow for that, okay? I'm just going to pull one card for you. Just trust the process, okay, dear Virgo? Here is your card. And I'm just going to simply read from the book. It's easy. All right, here we go. Attraction. All right. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. In other words, you just have to be you, Virgo. That's all you have to do. Don't worry about anyone or everyone else. Just stay totally in your energy. Love thyself more than ever before, okay? Let me go. I'm just going to pull it right out of the book here. Okay, read along with me. Like a good friend, the romance angels send you this card to tell you the truth. The best way to have more romance in your life is through attraction rather than through strenuous effort. You are most attractive when you're fully enjoying yourself in the present. Your joyful laughter, self-expression, and body language are beautiful. In contrast, any stress that you experience as you strain to find romance actually pushes against, hold on, the stream of life. Strain comes from a place of fear with an underlying worry. Maybe I won't receive this. That fear then attracts the very thing you worry about. Those are the laws of attraction. Energy flows where attention goes. Fear breeds fear, and so on. Okay. Stress creates more stress. Stress feeds on itself like a monster. Fear breeds fear. Stress creates wrinkles, bodily tension, a constricted voice, and other unattractive characteristics. So, go smell a rose and fully enjoy its fragrant beauty. Allow yourself simple pleasures that lead to great joy. Affirm frequently that you are loved and lovable, like the Tarot Illumination way. I am loving, I am loved. We do that. I am loving, I am loved. 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 Okay? And you don't apologize. You have to own it first. Okay? Affirm frequently that you are loved and lovable. Visualize a wonderful romantic relationship with a great partner. Whether you're already hooked up or not, doesn't matter. Take excellent, I'm saying like, I'm not saying go get another one or a replacement. All I'm saying is make the best, okay? Take excellent care of yourself and follow your inner guidance. Again, love thyself. Via the law of attraction, you will draw romantic love to you through your own attractive nature. It's magnetism, okay? It's magnetism, Virgo. You just have to be the most amazing Virgo ever. Literally almost like indulging yourself in your own awesomeness, okay? I'm going to pull another oracle here. This is Nature's Whispers. It's very much to do. I'm using this deck because of the Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energies, which are very strong right now. Strong, strong earth energy, which is very nutritious for you. So we have a message from nature here. Okay, one simple card, that's all it is. Cards are well shuffled in advance, and we're just going to pull one out for you, and then we're going to read from the book. Okay? So please bear with me. This is your card. It says here, expansion. Well, of course, look at this. Look at this, so much light supporting you here. Okay, look, do you see the hands here? Do you see what we were just doing? You see that? You are loving, you are loved. Look at everything that's blossoming here. Can you see this creature? It's sort of like a goat, but it's more like a deer. And there you are, riding on that. And you're looking at this amazing reflection of yourself in heaven over here, seeing your own amazing, wonderful, heavenly version of yourself, okay? And all these good things coming to you. It's all expanding and growing. Look, there's a hummingbird, okay? There's some balloons in the distance. It's beautiful. And there's a little tiny couple down here lying down enjoying the shadows. And there's some wild animals here in the forest, okay? Beautiful plants and waterfalls, okay? So let me get put this over here. Hold on, let me make a bit of room. Oh gosh, it's not too much room here. Hold on, I'll just squash this all up. Give me a second. All right. All right, here we go. You are continually moving, evolving, and going through cycles in your life. Attune and align yourself with the rhythms of nature around you. This is an exciting time with new beginnings, growth, and changes. There are many settings that will provide for inner development and expansion. Pay attention to everything that is going on around you and the effect it is having on you. Okay? I'm going to add something. Pay attention to everything that's going on around you and the effect that you are having on others. All right? Because there's so much light here. It is what's happening with you is going to impact others in significant ways. Okay, Virgo? There are many settings that will provide inner development and expansion. Pay attention to everything that is going on around you and the effect that it is having on you. Consider environmental issues or use this as an opportunity for new studies. It is a good idea to recognize the need for extra rest and personal care while integrating new energies as well, so that you are ready for important messages and opportunities. Just as in nature, you too have seasons of growth and maturity. Well, plants do that. Nature does that. Everything goes in cycles, waves, like trees in the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere, like I think it's deciduous, they grow, blossom, and then they have their fall, autumn season. They shed the leaves and it's sort of like they're dying, but then they start all over again. So this is a period of expansion. This is a really serious period and time of expansion for you. Just be careful. Just do it very gently, a few steps at a time, and like allow the visions to come to you. To me, it feels like put yourself into the field of opportunity, continually moving forward farther and farther into the field of opportunity, and let your creative visualization become more and more defined. Let it come to you, and you will see the wonders unfold in front of you gently. Okay? So I hope that helps you. Thank you very much, dear Virgo. Put that aside over here. There is your reading. If you need anything else, check the links below. Please become a member. That's the most valuable way you can say thank you. Okay? Check the links. Bye-bye. All the best. Oh, I want to check out. Hold on. I just want to say goodbye. Hold on. There you are. This is a big month. This is the big month for you, okay? This is like setting a template for the next year. So please understand how important that is. Take full advantage of it and integrate that into your life. It's time to be the boss and not apologize, okay? You can still be the gentle Virgo, but you don't have to apologize or dim yourself down or hide in the shadows. It's not allowed, Virgo, not this time, okay? Bye-bye. Take care. Love thyself.